Hello, my beautiful friends. How's everybody doing today? Did everybody have a wonderful Thanksgiving? I, for one, am tapping out of Thanksgiving. I have had 3 Thanksgiving meals, and that's not including leftovers. A few weeks back, we went down to see my son and daughter-in-law, and she cooked the most amazing Thanksgiving dinner. It was so lovely. And then on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, we went over to Daryl's parents, and his mom hosted a beautiful dinner then. And then on Saturday, I cooked a small meal for Daryl and my parents. So yeah, I am tapped out of Thanksgiving dinners. My body is just screaming for vegetables, salad, something healthy. And don't get me wrong, I am so grateful and blessed to have all these people in my life still, my parents, Daryl's parents. And yeah, I know how truly blessed I am. But, yeah, the food has got to stop. So hopefully you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving as well. So today I am just doing a full face of e.l.f. I haven't done that. I looked back. I think it's been about 11 months. So there was just a few products I wanted to get over there. Some restocks. There was just a couple new products that they had out. So I just thought, now's a better time than any to do a full face of e.l.f. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So hopefully that sounds great to you. If so, stick around because we're about to get into all that right now. So while I was over on e.l.f.'s website, I saw this palette, and like I mentioned a few videos back, that I have seen a lot of blue eyeshadow looks that just really inspired me. So I saw this palette, but I've already had this palette before. And I remember when it first came out and I tried it, I wasn't really fond of it. I don't know, it didn't impress me. So I think I decluttered that palette. Well, I repurchased that palette, and it's this one here. It's the ombre palette. And I remember seeing a lot of people do looks with this palette, and it looked really pretty. So I'm just thinking that maybe now that I'm just, my technique has changed, and maybe, I don't know, the brushes that I'm using now might change things, but these blues just look really pretty. And again, I've just been really inspired by blue eyeshadow looks. And I've done blue eyeshadow looks in the past and I really messed it up, like I mentioned in the other video. So I thought I would go in baby steps, and this is pretty simple. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So hopefully you guys, I want to see a blue look. But I just feel like blue is just very wintry. So I don't know. It's such a beautiful look. And like I said, on everybody else, it looks so pretty. But what do you guys think of my background? I've had this for years. I haven't put it up in a couple years. So I put it up today and I'm super excited. It's my little Christmas background. So, and also I was thinking about Vlogmas. I was thinking about doing that. I don't know if I could post every day, but I'm really going to try to post as much as I can because, a lot of people do Vlogmas and it just seems, so much fun. I think I tried it maybe last year or 2 years ago. And yeah, I may have thrown up a couple videos here and there that was out of my normal, but I'll try a little harder, even if it's like a 5-minute video. I'm really going to try to keep up with that. Maybe when I'm out shopping, I will try to film. As I've mentioned in the past, I get really embarrassed filming in public, but I have really got to get over that. I've been doing this, almost 5 years. So yeah, I got to get over that little fear. Okay, so where I think I'm going to start is with this shade right here. And it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4 mattes, and the rest are shimmers. So yeah, it's a pretty basic palette with the matte. So hopefully I can come up with something here. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys did for Thanksgiving and if you had as many meals as I have. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I am just, yeah, my body is not happy. It's not happy with me right now. Ooh, you guys, again, I mentioned I did not like this palette. I just felt like it didn't apply right on me. I felt like I wasn't getting enough color payoff, but I was clearly wrong. So again, like I said, I am using different brushes. This one here is by the Rose and Ben. They're not cheap brushes whatsoever. That could be it. It could be my primer. Maybe I used, e.l.f.'s primer that day and it just wasn't working. I don't know, but I am definitely not remembering it being this pigmented. So that was super simple. Yeah, really nice. And did you guys do a lot of Black Friday shopping? I did. I actually got the kids done, so they're completely done. I got Daryl's pretty much done. So I accomplished a lot, and I did not purchase one thing for myself. I didn't. I said I'm not going to do it. This is Christmas. Money is a little snug right now, so we have the move that's coming, and we're all just really trying to be very frugal with our money right now because, everything is super expensive. My lease was up on my car. I had to, go through that. I was in a car accident. I don't know if I mentioned that to you guys. Yeah, I was in a car accident not too long ago, right before my lease was up. So I had to get that fixed. And of course, that's the deductible and all that fun stuff. So yeah, money's just a little snug. So no, I did not purchase anything for myself. And it was really hard. Let me tell you, there's so many beautiful palettes that have come out. And, if I go out and see a really good deal or something that I just have to have, then, maybe things will change. But as of right now, yeah, I'm just, being very frugal with my money. So, okay, now this, now that I'm putting in this shade right here, it's more of a, I don't know. It's a really rusty brown shade. Hopefully you guys are picking that up in the camera here. And I'm just going to apply that on the outer corner. Now, because of that brown and this shade are very similar, you're really not getting a huge contrast between the two shades, but it is just enough. And if you guys remembered, I have a cold. So yeah, I'm still getting over that. And I'm just really congested. So yeah, I might have to take a few breaks here just to have a coughing fit or have to blow my nose or something because yeah, I'm pretty congested today. So that looks really good. But I am going to go back into that original brush, but I am going to clean that off. And I just really want to blend these two shades together just so it looks really seamless and smooth. So what I'm going to do now, I already finished this eye up. What I'm going to do now is use this shade here, this really snow white, really pretty snow white shade. And I'm just going to place, ooh, that is a pigmented. And I am just, oh my word, that is really a pigmented. So let me just brush some of that off. Wow. Okay. And now I'm just going to place that ever so slightly up against my brow bone here, and I'm just using the lightest hand because you guys seen how stark white that was, but it is very bold and beautiful. So you could really use this so many different ways, especially if you didn't want to do like any shimmer. It would be great, just on the lid. So you guys, this palette so far is, yeah, working out a lot better than I remember. Okay, so there's these three shimmers I just want to really play with. So we're going to start with that one right here. This is more like a, ooh, let me just swatch all three of these. These seem buttery. Okay, did the formula change on me? Because look at that. So beautiful. So let's start with this shade right here. And I'm just going to place that on this outer, wow, holy Moses. Okay, now I will say with this shade, if you have any form of texture or wrinkle in your lid, it's really hard. You got to really maneuver it to go in that wrinkle, it seems like. So just so you're aware, ooh, is that beautiful? Okay, so now I'm going to go into that middle shade, and I'm just going to sweep that into, ooh, look at that. So pretty. And again, because I have hooded eyes, I really have to play with that placement. And I'm going to scoot that up just a little bit more. And then let's go into the shade. I'm going to tap some of it off because I did grab quite a bit. And I'm going to place that in this inner corner, just like that. I probably should have used my pinky finger for this edge right here. I don't remember liking this palette as much as I am right now. So again, it could have been the technique. It could have been something I was just doing wrong. So many different scenarios. So the problem is I don't think I ever brought that palette back out because I disliked it so much. So there you go. You know, maybe, you know, now that I have changed my ways a little bit, I usually give each product 3 times. You know, third time's a charm. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to declutter it. So clearly I wasn't playing by my rules and never use that palette again because there's no excuse. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. And what I'm noticing too with this palette is there's very little fallout, if any, really. Yeah, it's just very minimal. Okay, so there is a deeper shade that I kind of want to, I don't know, put just a little bit of this shade right here. And this looks like a really rich chocolate. Now, when I was looking at it upstairs, it almost looked black, but no, it's just a very rich chocolate. So I'm just going to place this really gently just on this outer edge. I'm not going to use a lot because I do want to use it also as an eyeliner. So I'm just going to place, like I said, just very little. Okay, so that's where we're at so far. And now what I'm going to do is take my Miss AOA, and this is called a waterproof eye makeup seal. So this is like a mixing medium. I believe it's NYX has something like that. So what I'm just doing is placing just a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to take an angled brush, like this, and I'm really going to pack on that really deep chocolate shade that I put on the outer corner. And now I'm just going to kind of mix the two here, and it's going to create like a liquid eyeliner. And then what I do is just go right along the lash line here. And now I'm just going to create a very small wing right here on the outer edge, just like that. And let's see if I can go a little bit more on the inner corner, going just like that. Yeah, I just really tap that very lightly right there. And I'm also going to really maneuver that in my lashes just to really give it some depth. And voila. And then to make it really crisp, I just take my makeup wipe here. Makeup wipe, did I say that right? And I'm just going to clean up this edge just like that. And now I have like a really nice crisp little baby wing there. Okay, so when I was over on e.l.f.'s website, I ran across this cute little duo here. Now this is just a travel size of my bronzing drops, you know, the full size one that I've used here on the channel several times. Well, this one here is called the Thirst Burst drops, and I honestly had never heard of this. So apparently if you mix them together, it will create like a really nice complexion product that you can wear on its own or under makeup. So hopefully it will work with the foundation that I brought down. And I already prepared my face. I put on the sunblock, the Woe Glow that I absolutely love. So that's the only thing that I have on my face other than my skincare. So let's mix these two together. Have you guys heard of these? The Thirst Burst drops? Honestly, how did I not hear of this or miss it? So what I think I'm going to do is just put about that much of that product here. And so I'm just assuming it's for like a really nice hydrating product, but it does look pink. So does it come off pink? No, I don't think so. It's just very hydrating. So I'm going to put about the same amount of the glow drops and just mix that together. Oh no. Oh boy. Okay, so hopefully this is going to mix in okay and not be too dark. Okay, I probably applied way too obviously I applied way too much. So let's just really blend this in. And I will say it's super hydrating on the skin. And thank goodness I'm wearing like a turtleneck. So maybe we won't tell as much. But once it's blended in, it's kind of calmed down. So let me go back in with this burst drops, burst thirst drops, and just really calm down that bronzer and place that under the eye just for extra hydration. And yeah, that does seem to calm it down just a bit. Oh boy. Okay. So, but I can see where they say where you could really wear this on its own. It just creates like a really, I don't know, your skin, but better a finish. That's really a pretty. So yeah, it did deepen up my skin just a little bit, but honestly, I would definitely do that on its own. Clearly, not with as much of the the bronzing drops there. Okay, so let's see. I do have another product that I do want to try out. I have tried this several times. For me, it just doesn't work, but I'm going to use it today. It's their matte putty primer. So many people love this. It's just, I think it's because I have so many other products that work, better on my pores. But I'm going to be pretty generous with the amount. And this is so tiny and so hard to get this out. So let's grab a bunch and place this in the T-zone like I normally would on my other pore primers and really blend that into the skin. So let me take a look at my pores and just see if it really filled it in. And yeah, you know what? They do look blurred for sure. So, yeah, not too shabby at all. So maybe it's because I stopped using it because I felt like my makeup didn't last as long. I'll let you guys know in the comment or down in the description box or somewhere around here if my makeup started slipping early or if it stayed on just the same as my other pore filler. Okay, so the foundation that I brought down is this one here. It's the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. Out of all their foundations, this one is my favorite. And, the original Camo CC Cream, yeah, no, that one worked for me, in the beginning. And then as I started aging, it just didn't work anymore. But this one's really nice. And this is in the shade Light Neutral, so shade number 25. And I do feel that it does dry down pretty quickly. So, you got to move at a pretty fast pace, but not, crazy. And then I'm just going to take my IT Cosmetics foundation brush and let's blend this in and see how this works. Ooh, you know what? It's working really well with those products that I laid down, especially those thirst drops, thirst burst drops. So, ooh, and it really did calm down. As you can see how different it looks. It really did calm down the bronzer that I had going on there. Yeah, this is a pretty full coverage, not full coverage, but it's a really high medium coverage foundation. And it lasts, really good throughout the day. That looks really good. Okay, so I always go in with a very damp sponge just to really press that in the skin. It's really going to make everything look so airbrushed. Even though you have a really good brush, I always go back in with my sponge because it just picks up all the extra product that you really don't need on your face. And again, it's just going to really press that into your pores and make everything just look so much smoother and nicer. And I'm going to look crazy, but I always move my nose to the side just to really work it in there because that's where I feel like we get the most settling is right around those creases there. So if you move your nose out of the way, it really makes a huge difference. Okay, then I also brought down the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. Now, I got mine in the shade Light Peach. Now, this concealer is a little dry on me. And then I'm actually going to take just a little bit of this Thirst Burst drops and place probably just about that much. Hopefully you guys will see how much I put in there. I mean, just very, very little. And then I'm going to take my concealer brush and really just mix that in. This is so full coverage. you got to be so gentle unless you really like a full coverage concealer. So as you can see, I hardly had anything on that brush and it is really covering things up. So now I'm just going to really blend that in with my finger. I really am glad that I added those thirst burst drops, oh boy, to that because I feel like it made a huge difference. Okay, so what I'm going to use now are these here, the Camo bronzing drops. I absolutely love these. I'm going to use both shades. So this one's the darker one, and it's more like an amber, as you can see. So I'm just going to place one drop here, and one way back here, because that's where I'm going to really want that to sink in there. And then I do place the darker one on my chin and just a little bit here because this is pretty pigmented, and I do place this shade right here under my nose. That's just going to kind of give it a little bit of a lift. And then I go back in with this shade. Let me just see what this shade is because it's going to drive me nuts. Okay, so this one is light, and this one is called, what is it? Light medium. So yeah, this one is quite a darker than this one here. So let's go into this shade, and I'm just going to place one drop here, right here around the nose, under the lip, and more towards the front right here. So it's just nice to have these two because it kind of creates like my perfect custom shade. So now I'm just going to go in, and you're going to see how beautifully this blends in and what a great shade that the two make. It has like that red undertone, and then that light one is just going to really calm down the dark one. Okay, so now I'm going into this side here, and I started where the deeper shade was because that's where I really want that area to really sink in, and you're going to see how well this really works out. So, and again, look how fast this blends in, and I'm really trying to stay really high on the cheekbone. Yeah, I have just been using them nonstop because look at this. I mean, I don't know. There's something about them and they last all day long. And if you ever feel like you applied too much, you can just go in with that foundation, a brush, or any kind of, your sponge, anything that you have the foundation on. And that way it will just calm everything down. So now what I'm going to do is use this end right here and really blend that into the nose. And I always feel like I place way too much on my nose, which I probably do, but that's okay. As you can see, it just looks very dramatic at this point. So again, I'm just going in with my foundation brush just to go over it, just to really calm that down. Now I'm just going to take my finger and blend in the one under the lip, so the part under my lip. Okay, so that looks really good. Okay, so what I did mean to do when I was out shopping was to buy a new Halo Glow because the one that I have here, it's medium. I honestly did not realize it came in different shades. I mean, I knew they had the pink one and the translucent one, but I honestly did not know they came out, had this dark one. But what I did the other day, and it worked out perfectly, is I placed a little bit of the medium one in here into my cap, and then this one here is light pink, and I took a little bit of that and mixed it into this, and it came out to be a pretty decent shade. So as you can see, that's exactly what I'm doing today. Now I just take my brush and I'm really mixing it in these bristles. And I'm telling you, I really tap out my brushes because I do not like to use a lot of powder. And then I even tap it off, here, even though I have powder going all over the place. But I would rather have just a little bit of powder on here than go in with tons of powder and look super cakey. So I'm just basically setting everything, making it less tacky at this point. And just going to place a little bit there. And then around the T-zone, I really buff it in here. And it makes such a difference. It really sets my makeup in place, really keeps it in place. And if I find that I find that if I really buff it in, it does not look powdery whatsoever. It just looks very smooth. And again, my makeup's gonna last a lot longer. Okay, so I gotta decide on a blush. I brought down 3 of their Putty Primer blushes. This is a new shade. Oh gosh, this one looks quite dark, so we will see what we're gonna go with here. Let's hold these up to this eye look and see which one is actually going to go the best. And I do have one other shade just to see. I don't know why my eye keeps going here. So let's use it. I'm just going to be very light-handed. And this is in the shade, let's see, Always a Vibrant. So I'm literally going to do, well, just that. And let's just place this on the upper part of my cheek here. Ooh, that is really pretty. So what I think I'm going to do is just place that one here and on the high part of my cheek or cheekbone. And then I'm going to clean off that brush there. And I think I'm going to go into the other shade that was really grabbing my eye is this one here. And this one is called Always Crushing. Always Crushing. Everything is so tiny. And I'm just going to pick a little bit up and just place that really close. And I've been doing this, during the winter months or getting close to the winter months. And just making it look like I walked outside and got that cold, burr look on my cheeks and nose. And oh, look how pretty that is. And then when I do that, place it on the nose like that, I do place it right here on the forehead just to make everything look a little bit more cohesive. So what do you guys think? So pretty. Okay, so that looks good. And then for setting spray, I did bring down 2 because I do enjoy both of these. So this one is called, this one's like the all-nighter, the Urban Decay one. And this one is more like the milk one. So this one's more hydrating. And I think with my skin looking the way it looks, it's very glowy right now. Even though I have the powder and all of that, I think I'm actually going to use the all-nighter because this one is actually going to make it a little bit more matte. And as you can hear, there's like a little ball in there. Uh-oh, is my sprayer broke? Oh no. You know what? The nozzle might be clogged. What a bummer. Yeah, that's not working. And I don't know if it just needs to be run over hot water, but yeah, it stopped working. That's a bummer. Okay, well, we're going to have to use this one here. So I'm going to be pretty glowy. Again, this one's the Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. Okay, we're in business. And I'm going to place a little bit on my sponge here. And just to add a little bit more hydration under the eye, I am going to set my under eye, and that's just going to really smooth things out and keep my makeup on all day. Okay, so let's go back into this beautiful palette. And what I think I'm going to do is actually, let's go into this deep shade right here. And I'm going to place this. Ooh, I have a lot on there on the outer corner. And just kind of move that into the wing I created. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this shade here, the first shade that I started with, and put that on a little bigger of a pointy brush and start on the outer corner. And again, just kind of blend the 2 together and really smoke this out. So I am going to use, I think, both of these shades under here. Hopefully this isn't a mistake. So I'm going to go in with the deepest one and just lightly tap here on the center of the eye, or not eye, but the lash line. With the brush, it doesn't go on as bold. It's just very, very light and subtle. And I'm going to take just a little bit of my setting spray and actually place it on the back of my hand just to pick up a little bit more, because I felt like it was almost like becoming a topper at that point. And just tap it again right in the center. Yeah, that one's a little testy, that blue one. It works really well with the finger, but with a brush, it's very testy. Okay, so let's go into this shade and see this blue shade right here. And let's see if it's kind of the same scenario. And I'm just going to place that right here. Yeah, these do not apply, I don't feel, as bold with the brush. So just so you know, but it is, you know, nice and subtle, which I didn't want to overpower it anyway. So that looks really good. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is just curl my lashes. And what I got with my purchases, like I mentioned, you get like a free gift or some money. I actually got this one here, the Lash Out Loud, which I absolutely love, and I actually needed a new one, so this came at the right time. So this is just a travel one, which I absolutely love, again, because I have so many different mascaras. This is actually perfect. I try to buy now just the travel size ones if I can, because, you know, I'm always changing up mascaras for the channel and stuff, and that way they don't go bad. So this one is supposed to be a dupe for the Benefit one, the roller, lash roller, and I think it was, you know, I did a side-by-side in one of my videos, and it really is a very close dupe. So again, you know, I like doing this. This is just a few strokes with this mascara. So that's what that looks like. I'll do 2 coats. I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like, and we'll finish this look off with the lips. Okay, so that's 2 coats of the mascara. Isn't that nice? I really do enjoy that mascara. I'm so glad I have that little tester back in my collection. Okay, so let's go into the lips and finish off this look. And what I'm going to use is the only lip liner that I have by them. It came in one of my kits, I think, or maybe I purchased this on its own. And again, I can never find the shade on this. So yeah, it looks like this. It's more like a nude shade. So I think with the products, the lip products I have, this should go okay because it's more like a neutral shade. So, but they're a really good lip pencil, very easy to work with, very creamy. And I feel like it, you know, lasts pretty good. They are a little drier than the lifter ones that I love by Maybelline, but it's still a very nice lip liner. Okay, so the new products that I did get, finally we're getting to some new products, are these here. These are called the Glow Reviver Lip Oils, and I got 3 different shades. I already tried this one. This one's, I think, Divine Wine. So look how pretty they are. So there's like all these little glitter particles in here. Now, when I applied it on my lips, unless you're in the certain light, you really can't see it. So I'm wondering if these are going to be a little bit more bold, especially this one here. So this one is called a Crystal Baller, and this one here is called Chocolate Days. So let me just fix my lighting. It got off there. It's been really good up until now. So let's go into this Divine Wine. That's what I'm thinking with this look. And let me just show you what this does. And I love their lip oils. So again, this is just new with some glitter. I don't know if it's going to be temporary for the holidays or if it's going to be a permanent fixture in their collection. But, oh, so hydrating. My lips needed this so bad. So hopefully you guys will see the glitter going on. And again, like under certain light, you know, more dull, like dim candlelight, you can really see the sparkle. But that is super pretty. So let's just swatch this one because I don't think I'm going to wear this one today. So again, this one is called a chocolate days or something, and it's more like it kind of reminds me of my Maybelline lifter gloss in copper. So let's see if there's a lot of glitter going on in this one. Oh, it's so hydrating though. Yeah, as you can see, it is super pretty. Yeah, I can definitely see some glitter happening. They're just so nice and nourishing. cushiony on the lip. Oh, so beautiful. Okay, so let me go into this crystal baller. This one just looked really sparkly. So again, oh, so pretty. Let's see. And, oh, those are so beautiful. And as for this look, I absolutely love this eye look. I should have brought this palette back out. You know, I should have never decluttered it. This is such a nice palette. The blues, I will say, did apply a lot better using my finger. I was thinking about it. I should have used the sponge for the lower lash line instead of using a brush. I think I would have got more color payoff. Even, you know, for the eyelid, it would work really well as well. So everything else I pretty much knew I loved. I love these new lip oils. They're super comfortable. I do love the little glitter that's in them. They're not super intense, you know, the glitter, but again, you will see it in certain lights. So I do really love it. And I really was impressed with this, Thirst Burst drops. And I did love mixing it with the bronzing drops. I think it created a very nice canvas. I think my skin looked very glowy and just really healthy. And under the foundation, I think it looks really pretty. Again, my skin just looks really healthy and glowy right now. So yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, if you please do me a huge favor and hit that like button, it truly does help me out. I can't wait to see you guys again. I love you so much. And if you want to see another great palette in action, I just tried one out from Five Below and it was absolutely fabulous. And that's coming in the next video right now.